neighbors. I hope you enjoyed that headband video. I actually really like this colorway. Big fan. It is Big Twist Static from Joann's, and it was, what color is this? Cranberry blue multicolored. Big fan of how it turned out. Enjoy it. We're making some new ear warmers, headband, ear warmers, is that the right term? But this one doesn't fit me because I have a fat head, so we're just gonna wear it as a crown. Just kidding. Anyway, hi, how are you? I am coming to you hot and heavy, irritated right now. That is not the right words to use. Oh my god. That means sexy. I don't mean sexy. I'm pissed. I'm pissed off. There we go. I just ranted for like a good 25 minutes at the camera for it to have turned off and not record any of this. So I'm gonna give you all the Cliff Notes version because I'm annoyed. So yesterday, I was very icky-sicky and woke up this morning and proceeded to stay in bed until we had to leave for an event today. Oh, P.S. if you're not, welcome to YouTube. We're doing a Bitchin' and Brews today for the vlog because I'm just heated. So we're gonna have a chat. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the little headband that I made, the ear warmer, and now we're moving on. So I woke up, I was not feeling too hot at all. I didn't really eat anything till like close to 5 because my stomach was just not having it. But we went to our event today, and it was the final event that we were doing with this coordinator. And let me tell you why. We had previously in one of our videos, I don't remember which frickin' day it was, said, if you're an unprofessional coordinator, like, don't expect people to want to work with you. And I have more to say today. So we finished our event, right? Normally, this event has like 20-something vendors. It's set up where it's a farmer's market on one side. So you like walk down the row and it's like a honey, a bunch of veggies, some like dog treats, teas, all the like grocery style things. And then you flip around and it's like a bread vendor, tamales, like roasted nuts, 1 or 2 other food vendors. And then there's 2 rows of small business, like crafters. So there's candles, soap makers, boutique, craft, us, a few other people that like do a bunch of different things. Today there were 5 of us. That was it. That's all that showed up. Me and Austin that do fiber arts, 2 candle makers, a soap maker, and then, well, I mean, they do more than that, but that's the base of what they do. And then some guy on the other side of us that was selling like little trinkets and like dream catchers and stuff like that, which we don't buy from markets because support indigenous people. You buy indigenous items from indigenous people. That's all we have to say. But we're like 5 of us. And I'm going to blame some of it on the weather. I'm going to blame the rest of it on the fact that I emailed them yesterday morning to be like, hey, is the event still happening Monday? Because I haven't received my invoice, because you like prepay for your event. It's like, I haven't received my invoice or anything. And then in the afternoon I got, yeah, we're still having it. We just sent the invoice over. I never got the invoice, ever. I just sent them, once they said, yes, we're still having it, I just sent them my own thing, because for the past like 4 weeks, they've continually sent my invoice to the wrong email, even though I brought it to their attention. They still haven't done anything. People are paying for something, know how to do your job. Just throwing that one out there. Second, this event is run by the same coordinator that I brought up in the last video about treating people with respect. And if your vendors are paying to come to your thing, maybe take care of them. So just keep that in mind, that most of the vendors that come to these were already pissed off with this coordinator because she just does not care about her vendors, flat out. So today was the first time that I've ever seen them post on Facebook other than stories to advertise the event. And it wasn't even about the event. It was, we're open from 3 to 7, and then we had a musical artist tonight. So they advertised the music artist, obviously, which she was lovely. It was a very lovely twist addition to the market. Great time. But nothing else. And then they had the person who was running the event. So it's like the woman who runs it is the one that I have issues with, because just like, don't treat your people shitty. I'm just saying that. And then under it is the coordinator, the one who was there today, who was running around and like taking photos of us and everything and posting them on the social media. And she did it like an hour before the event was closed. So like, how are people supposed to see that to begin with? At me, I guess. So I was pissed off there, and then I'm already pissed off at how she handled like the rain thing. She literally boiled down in the message of someone saying, hey, we got rained out. Like, are you going to offer, you know, a refund or a prorate for another event since y'all canceled the event? They were like, we didn't cancel the event. You chose to leave. Not what happened. at all. And so then the response to that when we told them that was, well, why is it always the event's fault? Why is it always the coordinator's fault? If it's bad weather, it's the event's fault. It's never the vendor's fault. Why don't you all take responsibility? And I'm just like, so we're throwing a tantrum right now. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a tantrum. Cool. So we just cut her off. So Monday nights, we were supposed to do events with her. Thursday nights, we were supposed to do events with her. Gone. Occasionally, we were going to do like a Friday and a Saturday because she runs like 4 companies and I'm not working with any of them because you don't talk to your vendors that way. We show up and we pay for the event. Like, of course I'm pissed off that you told me to go home or you told other vendors to go home. Like, obviously I'm going to be mad that that's what happened. And then you're like, we're not refunding you. They didn't give us a discount on the space, so why should we give you a discount? Because it rained and we went home, Brenda. That's why. I'm all heated and bitter because, or well, not bitter, but I'm just like heated and ready to talk about it because I'm done working with her. And I'm a petty Betty. And once I'm done working with you and I don't have to worry about working with you again, all ties are cut. I already talked about burning bridges and I lit that shit up as soon as we left. Our regulars were coming through asking us about the event. They're like, we'll see you next week. I was like, you sure as hell won't. We will not be back. We will not be working her events. And they're like, oh my God, why? And I was like, because she treats people badly. And that came up and they're like, I don't believe it. And I pulled up the emails. I pulled up the screenshots, all of it. I was like, no. It's like, I want you to be aware. This is what the coordinator does. And several of them are like, where can we find you? What can we do with you in the future? And I was like, beautiful, here we go. And then they were like, wow, she's really screwing it up for everybody because we were the only 5 vendors there tonight. She was like, is that why more people aren't coming? And I think so, but that's not my problem. Hippie Witch Heart is my business. Austin and I run this business and we run it well and we take care of our community. That's why we call you our neighbors. That's why we are your friendly, petty neighborhood hippie witches. We don't have to run these events. I'm not going to do free recon for these events anymore. I'm tired of it. So we're done. So we have a lot of events this week. We had tonight, which was our final with her. I have one tomorrow. Well, today when you're watching this, it's like an indoor brewery event, which will be fun. Wednesday, we're doing a different one in a completely different city that we've never heard of, but I'm here for it because it is $25 or 12%, whichever one is higher. Which means that in order for me to have to pay more than $25, I'm going to have to sell like $270 worth of stuff, something like that, which I'm not mad at that. That's not a bad night. You know what I mean? Like, because that means if I sell 270, that means I'm still walking with like 240. Like, we're good. That's a great night. Thank you for coming. Well, if I have to pay more than, you know what I mean? Math. It's not a skill. I have a book for a reason and a calculator. It's fine. But we're excited to do that event. They have one this week and then they have one the week of Christmas. So obviously gearing up. Austin, as you saw with all the the amount of yarn that we bought the other day for our yarn haul, I've already made a bunch of earmuffs, which you saw in our B-roll today. I'm a big fan of these. This one doesn't fit my head because I have a really fat head and lots of hair, but I'm making multiple sizes and big fan, really enjoy. Anyway, so we have those that we're selling and it's cold, so we're going to be doing great things with that. And then we have a bunch of other stuff that is targeted towards like holiday gifts because it's gift season, and I'm hoping in this week, next week, and in our store we're going to have a lot of the people that are like, fuck, I forgot to buy a Christmas gift, and then they enjoy shopping with us. Like, yes, we did all of the work for you, please take this. So we have that. Friday we have Thursday we're off because that's when I was supposed to be the other event for this lady that I'm no longer working with anymore, so bye there. Friday we have the store opening for us. We've talked briefly about it, but we signed our lease. Everything is being set up. We're supposed to go in this week to finish painting and put the furniture in. We're not stressed at all. I'm such a liar. But we've got all of that ready to go, and that opens on Friday, and then we have an event Friday night in Claremont that we're also driving to. So it's like a double whammy of work that day. And then Saturday we have another event in Long Beach at just like a small coffee shop, which we did last month, and it was our best event of the month. So I'm very excited for that one. I'm hoping a lot of people come to buy like a cappuccino in the morning and then gifts for mom, you know? So hoping there. Lots of things to do. It's going to be a very busy week, and I hope to have lots of fun content because we're going to be doing so many events that we can like time lapse and do some cool B-roll. We'll see if I remember to do it. Today was just a quick bitch and brew. Finished that event. I was like, you know what? I don't want to be the better person. I don't want to be the bigger person. I'm a hippie witch. Emphasis on that witch part. You just don't mess with people that help support you in your business. And I'm so bitter and so angry at how this whole situation was handled, and it's only hurting her because us vendors, we talk. And you best believe 4 out of the 5 of us today were good friends, and we were like, we're not coming back. So, sorry, Bellflower. I don't even care if this video doesn't do well. I don't care if one person watches this. Like, I want somebody else to just be like, yeah, and be bitter with me. Because that's, like, everybody in the neighborhood says hi and hello. But I want a neighborhood where people say good morning, how are you? But then also, when you say I'm having a shit day, they go, let's chat about it. Like, we want the neighbors that'll bring you a casserole when you move in, but also be like, it's wine night, let's talk about this terrible human. You know what I mean? Like, those are the neighbors that I want to be around, because that's just fun. I'm really angry. Good for me. Good for her. In the previous, I gotta get all, like, comfy for this. In the previous video, before my camera decided to just not do its job, we had a brief chat about marketing and social media, and I just want to let y'all know, because this coordinator in the whole thing, we've lost so much money on this. We've spent over $1,000 on advertising, and I call bullshit, because there's no possible way that you could have spent $1,000 advertising an event that didn't have anything show up. I'm talking, there were like 3 posts on Instagram, and that's not good enough, first of all. Second of all, I do that for a living. I literally have another channel, and I have like social media clients, and I teach people how to do social media. I've gotten tons of free events and things for it because I help them with their media. And it doesn't cost $1,000 to run an Instagram ad. Like, in order to spend that much money a month, you have to be like buku advertising. And that is not what happened with this event at all. And the reason I say that is because that may be company-wide, that may be what they spend, but she also runs like 3 total event companies, and there's multiple events per company. Like, the one that we did tonight has 3 in it. The one on Thursdays that we do has like 6 in it, and that's the one that this shit went down. And then she has another one that has like 4 or 5 locations that go up once a month. So if you're spending $1,000 on all of that, cool, grasp it, I understand. But if you're telling me for this particular event that I saw 2 to 3 posts on Instagram for, there's no way you did it. None. To the point where we've gone to the Thursday event, we've gone to the Monday events, and people have been like, when are you guys here? When is this event? And it's every week at the same time. And they still don't know what it is. Like, something is wrong with your advertising if people are regularly walking in going, oh, we didn't even know this was a thing. That's not $1,000 worth of advertising. And if it is $1,000 worth of advertising, you need to fire whoever's doing your advertisement, because they are robbing you blind. They are stealing from you. So that just infuriated me that was one of the explanations for it. So we're going to give you some tips, social media tips, to round out this Petty Betty session. And we're going to say that if you have your Instagram and your Facebook, which you should, I don't care which one you're on more. I really only use Facebook to tell my family and friends that, like, I'm alive. I'm just not on Facebook. I don't like it. I don't like that they're like flagging you for absolutely everything. I haven't done anything. I've just existed as a queer person. I'm so sorry that's hard for you, Zuckerberg. But that's how that one goes. So I don't use Facebook, but I have it linked for business pages because you can combine the two, which if you haven't done this, Meta is the easiest way to do it. It's the Facebook program. Call it what you want. I can teach with more detail if you want it. But you can link both of your pages, so anytime that you post on Instagram, it will automatically share it to your Facebook page so that you're covering both audiences at the same time, and you can still track analytics from both of them. So that's your first thing. You're going to post on there. Second, if you're running a small business and you are in the process of trying to get engagement and people to see your events and know what you're doing, utilize your stories. Use them. So to do that, the quickest, easiest way, be engaged, and I'm terrible at this, but I'm just going to do as I say, not as I do. Use your social media stories to document your everyday. Like, you're not trying to sell on there. That's not your business. And that's something that these events don't really understand, because they'll look at it and be like, show me your setup. Let me see your social media. I want to see what you sell. Instagram isn't made for selling. It's made for community. It's made for you to have relationships and interact with people. It is a social media. It's not a store. You can advertise your products and you can show people how to use them, but like, Instagram is meant for like lifestyle and the images and the video. And if you want to argue with me on that, cool, argue with the wall, because I ain't listening. But your Your stories are a way to show what you do and let people come in closer to you. So for us, we're a brand, your friendly neighborhood Hippie Witches. You know this when we start everything. Hey neighbors, love your friendly neighborhood Hippie Witches. So you go on your story and say, we're doing this today. Let people see the behind the scenes. They feel like they're included. Plot twist. When they follow you on your stories and they engage with your stories, whether it's through like the button stickers, like ask a question, likes, anything there, when they're engaging and interacting with that, the algorithm says they know each other and then shows more of your content to them. Genius. Free advertisement. Do it. So you do those things, then you just show your face, whether it's a photo of this is what I'm wearing today, outfit of the day, something to get their attention and make them look through the rest of your stories. We do that, and then we share our events from it. So people know, check our stories to see what we're doing for the week and where we're going to be. Then they're going to see more of it. As far as posts go, if you have an event on Saturday, start posting about the event as soon as you can. But for sure, start posting about it on like Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And make regular posts, because if you haven't noticed, the algorithm is no longer chronological. So when you're posting things, people aren't going to see it immediately. Give them a chance. Give them like 2 or 3 days to see it, because we have events and things that we posted and they're like, oh my God, I wish I knew about this. You're going to share something for people to see. Make sure you give them enough time in it, or make sure it's an evergreen content. Evergreen meaning that they can use it whenever. Think evergreen tree. They are evergreen. So put things up there like ours on, I'm once again asking you to follow our YouTube channel. Still asking, if you haven't subscribed, do so. Subtle plug. That post went up and then people were seeing it several days later. Put things in a way where people can see it. The more you engage, the more content that you create, the more things that are not just like, look at my stuff, buy this, cut for me. Like, no, nobody wants to engage with that. Give them we went to the beach today and went sea glass hunting. Here's what we found. People ask me what beach we go to. They ask how we do those things. Share parts of your life and your story that let people connect and have that relationship, and your social media will continue to grow. So those are your free tips from me. They make you better than these event companies, and they didn't cost you $1,000. And with that, I'm going to say thanks for coming and complaining with me, and I will see you all tomorrow for another long day of coordinating events. Bye.